This whole situation is beyond explosive. Alicia Keys, one of the most respected voices in music today, is officially done staying quiet. For years, she maintained grace under scrutiny, letting her silence speak for her while the world speculated. But now, she is making it abundantly clear. Her silence is no longer weakness, and she will no longer allow anyone to mistake it for passivity. The rumors, the betrayals, the messy stories circulating across social media, they've finally reached a point where Alicia is ready to take control and flip the narrative. If you thought she was simply going to smile politely while Swizz Beatz allegedly ran the streets reckless, you were dead wrong. This is a queen reclaiming her power, and the streets have been buzzing about it non-stop. According to insiders and whispers across social media, Alicia has officially pulled the plug on her marriage. The reasons? They're as messy as they are heartbreaking. Swizz Beatz, despite the carefully curated public image of loyalty and dedication, allegedly could not keep it together. The claims have been mounting, not just casual cheating, but whispers that he got his side chick pregnant. That's right, pregnant. In an era where every move of a celebrity is under the microscope, this detail alone has the internet absolutely shook. Fans are struggling to process the betrayal, and Alicia's next steps are being watched like a chess match. Sources suggest she has ripped off her ring, begun the process of legal separation, and is preparing to step boldly into her next chapter, all while making sure that Swizz is left facing the consequences of his actions. But let's rewind for context, because understanding the history makes the story even more shocking. When Alicia first moved into Swizz's home to work on music together, he was still legally married. She allegedly maintained cordial relations with his wife at the time, but behind closed doors, whispers suggested that there was more strategy than friendship. Some say it was plotting, a quiet maneuver that eventually led to her relationship with Swizz. The drama surrounding that period of Alicia's life is legendary. Whispers of trips to exotic locations, altercations, and personal conflicts were already circulating. But Alicia maintained her composure, her career, and her dignity. Now, with history repeating itself, the pattern of betrayal is painfully clear, and fans are noticing every detail. This isn't just about gossip anymore. It's a complex narrative of trust, power, and heartbreak. For years, Alicia projected a certain image: a loving partner, a strong mother, a woman who handled scandal with grace. "We love each other. Our family is one big, beautiful family," she once said publicly. She exemplified patience and loyalty, standing by her partner while navigating the often brutal glare of public scrutiny. But that image of the sweet, supportive, good girl energy is changing. Sources suggest Alicia is now stepping away from this storm with a level of resolve the public has never seen before. She's no longer willing to protect a man who allegedly has been disloyal for years. And the betrayal runs deep. Swizz is said to have been involved with the same woman for a long period, potentially even grinning in Alicia's face while the affair unfolded. The alleged pregnancy of this woman is the final, devastating blow, a humiliation on the largest stage possible. The thought that Alicia could have been expected to simply move forward, raising a child that isn't hers from her husband's infidelity, is something she refuses to tolerate. The internet is abuzz with speculation and outrage. Fans are connecting dots from years of whispers, and the emerging narrative paints a clear picture. Alicia has carried the emotional weight for far too long. The alleged betrayal is not just personal, it's public, humiliating, and strategic in a way that fans can't ignore. If the rumors are true, Alicia is finally saying enough is enough. She's flipping the script, bossing up, and moving forward with all the power and poise one expects from a global superstar. Swizz, once perceived as the ultimate loyal partner, is now reportedly facing the consequences of actions that could cost him not only a marriage, but also the respect and admiration of the public. Swizz Beatz, known for his sharp production skills and long-standing influence in the music industry, publicly denied the allegations, taking to Instagram to insist that nothing untoward was happening. The woman at the center of the scandal, Lala, reportedly stayed silent, but the gravity of the situation cannot be overstated. Regardless of public statements, the allegations have fueled an internet frenzy, prompting discussions about loyalty, karma, and accountability. And if these allegations hold any truth, there are 3 critical lessons that emerge. Karma is undefeated. A person who has nothing to lose can help you lose everything. And hurt people hurt people. These lessons resonate not only for celebrities, but for anyone navigating complex personal relationships. Recently, Alicia was spotted in public, but it wasn't a typical celebrity outing. She wasn't smiling for cameras or posing for fans. Instead, she appeared cautious, almost as if she wanted to disappear into the pavement. Insiders revealed she had just walked out of her divorce attorney's office, and this small detail immediately shifted public perception. Alicia has allegedly been moving in silence for months, quietly strategizing her next move, ensuring that Swizz in the world didn't see it coming. Reports suggest she's preparing a power move designed to serve him divorce papers in a calculated, cold fashion. No warning, no negotiation, just the shock of seeing the consequences of his alleged actions unfold. It's a reminder that Alicia Keys is not someone to play with, and the streets are watching every single step. History adds another layer to this drama. Fans and insiders recall the early days of Alicia and Swizz's relationship when he was still married to Mashonda, and speculation, with many criticizing Alicia for becoming involved with a married man. Fast forward to today, and the narrative has seemingly reversed. History, it seems, is repeating itself, but this time the public is sympathetic to Alicia's position. Many are calling it poetic justice, noting that she is now experiencing a betrayal similar to the one she was once accused of perpetuating. Alicia Keys is reportedly not just walking away quietly, she's taking control. Sources say she has already engaged one of the most formidable celebrity divorce attorneys in the industry, positioning herself to maximize her legal and financial leverage. This isn't just about ending a marriage, it's about reclaiming agency and holding someone accountable for years of alleged deception. The whispers of a baby, the hidden affairs, the public denial. All of it builds a picture of a woman who has had enough and is now ready to move with precision, poise, and power. Fans are watching intently, wondering what her next move will be, and many are convinced that it will be nothing short of a masterclass in strategy and resilience. The timeline adds even more intrigue. During Alicia's recent professional projects, including her work on The Voice, Swizz was allegedly using the same period to mentor new artists, reportedly engaging in private relationships that contradicted the loyalty he projected publicly. Fans and industry insiders are connecting the dots, realizing that many of the blind items and rumors circulating over the past few years were not as vague as they seemed. The pattern of betrayal, strategic silence, and hidden conflicts points to a narrative that has been unfolding for some time, now finally exploding into the public eye. Alicia, as usual, maintained her professionalism and composure, but the cracks in the facade are now impossible to ignore. As the public absorbs this news, the narrative is evolving rapidly. Social media users are revisiting old stories, tweets, and blind items, realizing that the signs were always there. The whispers of late-night liaisons, the claims of side relationships, and the messy headlines from years ago are being reevaluated through the lens of current events. Fans are realizing that Alicia's current strength and decisiveness may very well be the product of years of navigating betrayal, public scrutiny, and personal heartbreak. She's a queen who has learned the rules of the game, and now she's poised to play her final hand with devastating precision. The big question remains, has Alicia finally reached her breaking point? Is she ready to cut every tie, reclaim her narrative, and step boldly into a new chapter powered by resilience, poise, and power?
The public is watching, waiting for the signal that the next phase of her life is underway. One thing is clear. Swizz Beatz is facing the consequences of choices that may have cost him the one woman who stood by him through every storm. The internet is calling it poetic justice, karma, or full circle drama. But whatever the label, Alicia Keys is moving with intention, power, and a clarity that fans have rarely witnessed before.